Here, their packaging again is very beautiful, and I totally did not take these out and label them and then carefully put them back into their box, because that would be insane. Everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Tally, and I hope you are having a blessed day. And today we're going to be doing more of the GirlCult swatches. In the first video we did just the lip stain. You can see I did the label maker route. Definitely not as aesthetically pleasing. I don't have an aesthetically pleasing label maker. But at least now I know what they are, because otherwise I would not, because I can't read Chinese. But this way, I know I can keep track of the shade names and the numbers as well. The ones that actually had the numbers, I didn't bother. But if, like this one, Duplicate Lover, there was no number on the bottom, so I put it on the label as well. So that's just kind of something to keep in mind. Now, naturally, if you don't care about the shade names, you don't have to do all of this work, but if you don't speak Chinese, you're gonna have to label stuff so you know what it looks like. And that's true with the lip glosses and eyeshadow palettes as well, which I have here. And again, I got these from the Shein app, because for whatever reason, they were way cheaper on the app than anywhere else, like the lip glosses. Now, I got this one off Amazon, which is why it's not in a sleeve. They just shipped it to me like this, because I couldn't find the shade on Shein, and I really, really, really wanted it. So I paid full price. This was about $15. It was like $14.99, so $15, not including tax. And the other ones that I got from Shein, here, let me verify. Just like with the other stuff, they were anywhere from like $7 to $9. That was kind of the gist. And same with the eyeshadow palettes. I'll put what it is on Amazon if you do get an eyeshadow palette versus what I paid on Shein. It's a lot cheaper, so like 40% cheaper in some cases. I do recommend getting them on the app if you absolutely want to get some GirlCult stuff, and you can save some money that way. Alright, so this is the eyeshadow palette, and I gotta tell you, I wasn't expecting it to be so small, but I do really like GirlCult's packaging. It's very nice, and inside here there's more cardboard and then a little cushion, plus they put it in here, so they do put it in better shipping stuff than Amazon did, because Amazon didn't put it in any extra bubble wrap or anything like that. And here is the eyeshadow palette. It's a little smaller than I thought it was going to be, but like, here's one from Lancome. I mean, so like, not ridiculously smaller. Peel the film off. Okay, wait, no. Okay, finally. Okay, and it does have a mirror. That's one thing that like Western makeup brands have completely moved away from, is putting mirrors in compacts. Like, everything used to have a mirror, and now it's just blank, and I feel like there's totally space for it. Like this, NYX could totally have put a mirror in there. I don't know, are mirrors really that expensive? I mean, I guess it adds up. If you remove all the mirrors from every single compact you sell, it's gonna make things cheaper. But I kind of find it annoying, because then when you're traveling, you gotta like carry around a mirror. So, or when you're doing your makeup, you need another mirror. But in some ways it's better to have another mirror, because the compacts can get dusty from the makeup and stuff, so then you gotta clean them, and it can be annoying. I don't know if my lighting setup will do things justice as to how, like, my brain can't even like comprehend like what color this is. In some lightings I see green, and others more pink, and then another more like a goldy green. Like, it's just, and there's like every single kind of like sparkle you could just ever imagine for that one. And I have a feeling that the camera just won't do it justice. And then this one is black with red splotches, And then we have more of kind of like a red rust color. We have a nice taupe. It looks pretty cool toned, which is nice. Sometimes it can be difficult to find cool toned brown stuff. Two left, so starting, ooh, they feel nice. So there is the taupe shade. I think it looks a little warmer on my skin than in the pan. And that's just some color theory going on. Glitter. It doesn't feel like gritty. I just know that like it's not doing it justice. It's like an oil spill. That is so pretty. It's gonna make me want to buy more of these eyeshadow palettes. Even though, do I need them? No, I don't. Alright, and now we're going into that rust. I think it looks a little bit more red on the skin than it does in the pan, at least in person. It's definitely kind of a rusty kind of red. It's very muted. I think it looks more like red. Oh my goodness. That is like mixing together into like this metallic red. I wasn't ready for that. Dude, I've been looking for a shade like this because I keep seeing people with it where it's like this metallic red and I've always wanted to try it. I didn't really appreciate that that would turn into that. They're just so pretty. So now let's actually do an eyeshadow look with this. I don't know what to start with. Probably this one will like use it to kind of tone our canvas. I will say as I dipping the brush in, it's kind of powdering up. I don't know if you guys can like see that. The powder just sitting on there. Yeah, definitely, as you can see, it's buildable. This is a lot less, and you can see that this is more, so you can really build up these eyeshadows. Okay, so now that we've toned our canvas, we can go in with that rust brown. And I'm going to do that just in like the outer half. I am seeing some fallout. It's not too bad, but it is why I didn't do the rest of my makeup. I didn't put any because I've had it where then I'll put on like, oh, I'm going to put on the grippy primer and kind of let that sit and marinate while I do my eyes. And when you do it that way, the eyeshadows are next to impossible to like wipe off. And then I'm just stamping in more of the red into that outer half. I think it definitely would have helped to have laid down some tape first. I'm going to put the red metallic right where my pupil is. And then I am taking a little on a brush and kind of blending that, scattering it around. Then for the lighter shade, I'm thinking we can put that on the inner corner, like so. Again, I don't know if my camera is doing it any kind of justice. I find that if I let the primer sit, it's less likely to like ball up and peel and do weird things, but, you know, so I wait before I put on any face products. But while we're waiting, we can go in and we can do some of the swatches for the lip glosses. I'm very excited. The packaging is, again, so cute. Here, their packaging, again, is very beautiful. So the ones that are like really cool are definitely Spider and Firefly. Lethal Water looks like it might have some sparkle to it as well. So I feel like we should do the ones that I think were more matte, if memory serves. But this is J79 Desperate. And I have it, I think, there. I think that's the correct way. This is what Desperate is looking like. One thing that, like, I find really interesting is, like, the stains had pretty, like, oh, it was, like, Born in Flames, Duplicate Lover, Firecracker, Lady in Red, stuff like that. And then the lip glosses are Dementor, or Desperate, Spiders. And then I had to look up what, like, Leaf, I don't know if I'm saying that right, Leth Water, and it means death. So somebody went all out for the names for the lip glosses. Oh, okay. It's almost like a gray. Like a purpley gray. I actually really like that. I like muted lip combos. And there's a smell. I don't remember there being a smell with the lip stains. But there's definitely a floral smell with the lip glosses, so if you're sensitive, it might bother you. But this is Desperate. And I would describe it as like a purpley gray. Definitely would, I think, look really cool with like a black lip liner. And then this is Dementor. Well, I'm saying it like that. Dementor. Is it Dementor? It's spelled Dementor. So, Dementor. Dementor. Alright, so this is Dementor. I do think it's a thicker, more pigmented lip gloss formula. I think it looks lighter on my lips than on the applicator. But it's definitely a very nice red. I think it's a pretty nice neutral, more desaturated red. It's not like, bam, bright, you know, what people will put you in, you know, for like an old-fashioned like Hollywood, you know, red lip. This one's definitely a little bit more toned down. Someone should have looked this up. Leth, I want to say Leth, but I'm not sure. Water, I think, would be the next sparkly one. Because it looks sparkly, but it didn't look like crazy out of this world. The packaging is like so substantial. It comes off as like really good quality. Oh, it's like a purple. That's what I remember the swatches looking like. I remember it looking purple. Maybe I'm just confused. Because this is looking brown. I must be confusing two shades. Maybe I'm confusing Desperate with Leth Water. I should have looked it up. It's going to bother me. So far, again, very unique shades for the lip glosses. Just like it was very unique shades for the stains. Like I tell you, with having lived with them for a little bit longer now, the stains, I feel like there's better stains from other, you know, indie type brands like Sunset Makeup that I really like. These, I feel like, just because of the patchiness of the stain that it kind of leaves, I feel like it just doesn't leave as uniform of a stain as other lip stains I've tried. It's definitely long lasting, but in my mind, I feel like you should more or less think of it like a matte liquid lipstick as opposed to a stain. Like as a matte liquid lipstick, I love it. It's great. Very comfortable. Doesn't stick. It's not transfer proof, but it's very nice. Is a stain, yeah, almost like a brown type of stain. It almost reminds me of this one from NYX, which is Inside Scoop. I love this color, so definitely gonna be wearing Leth Water. But see, I think this one is browner. Yeah, definitely. It's not as, I put it in a bad spot to show you guys, but it's not as like rosy. This is Inside Scoop. This is Leth Water. I put this one on the cap instead of on the bottom. Well, that's annoying. Okay, let's start with, I don't know if we can go wrong. Let's just do Spider. And Spider, if I remember correctly, looked a little bit more wearable than Firefly from just color perspective. So this is Spider. Hopefully you can see that sparkle. It's just crazy. I see a lot of blue some purple, some green. I think it mostly comes off as blue. The sparkles, I think that's what you'll see most. But this is sparkly. It's definitely really sparkly. Okay, and then we have Firefly. I think this one will be the least wearable out of all of them. The thing I like is that these aren't plumping. I feel like I have something similar with a Wet n Wild lip gloss, but it's plumping, and I kind of hate that. Maybe we can swatch it and see. And I feel like I have sparkles left over from Spider and wiping that off. But this one, I would say, it has that like black gray base, and the sparkles definitely, I think, appear more green when they're in the light, and then the ones that don't have like direct light on it look almost purple. Honestly, I would wear this. I thought this would be like the least wearable. I think it's pretty wearable. I don't know if it's quite as sparkly. Neither of them, like Spiders and Firefly, is quite as sparkly as they showed in the product photos, but some of the stuff really depends on the lighting, what kind of lighting you're showing it in, how the shifts, and also the type of camera you're using. And there's, you know, they're definitely, when they take those product photos, are taking it in the best, most flattering lighting that they can. See, here's what I was thinking from the Wet n Wild. This is by their Disney Villains collection, and it is plumping. I love the color. Hate that it's plumping. I kind of don't like how that feels. But this is Unfriended. And you can see it's got that dark base, and then it's a blue to purple. So I think it's going to be different. I think maybe it's going to be the most similar to Spider. Oh my goodness. It's so similar to Spider. Holy guacamole. Look at that. It's basically the same. And I love, this is Wet n Wild. This is GirlCult, Spiders. It's like the same thing. One thing I hated about Wet n Wild one is that it was plumping. Love the color, so like I could get over the plumping thing, but Spider is basically the same, the exact same, but without the plumping. I do believe Wet n Wild, especially if you get it on sale, is cheaper. Yeah, these are also smaller. So the GirlCult ones are 3.5 ml, and then Wet n Wild is 7.6. So even at full price, you're getting more product with this. So Wet n Wild is definitely cheaper, and it's a dupe, so as long as you don't mind the plumping aspect. I didn't really show you guys how these blushes performed very well when I did the stain. I feel like I could have done a better job of that. So I'm going to do a full face now. I'm also kind of curious if I could also like use some of like the browns as like, I think they would kind of look more like contour. Okay, so now I'm going to do some blush and contour. This time I wanted to see what Born in Flames looks like as a blush. Back of a plastic compact, anything like that. I think this is kind of going to be like a bronzer shade. Very pretty. Like that red, you know, like that red blush that everybody was doing for a while. It's kind of looking like that. Looks very natural. And just a reminder what it looks like on the lips. Now I'm curious like what Duplicate Lover and like Horsehide. I wonder if I could take like, I don't know. I wonder what Duplicate Lover would look like just as a blush all by itself. But I was kind of wondering if I could use it like a contour. Duplicate Lover is one of like the lightest shades that I had got. I don't contour my nose very often. I do think that this would work as a blush shade. Probably the only one I couldn't really use as like a blush would be like Poet or Black and Red. It just definitely would not look natural. Now I want to see what Horsehide, which was the lighter of the browns. I wonder if I could do that as like a contour shade under the blush. I think it is contouring. I think it's doing what I wanted it to do. Seriously? Where the hell did it go? I have no idea where the cap to this went. I wonder if I could use like... No, it wouldn't work. I was gonna say use like Poet, the black one, as liner, but because it's not transfer proof, it wouldn't work. It would not work as a liner. Alright, so here is the finished GirlCult makeup look. I just added some mascara, that and the powder, and then the Halo Glow. The only thing I used that wasn't GirlCult, but I have the stains as a contour and a blush. This is what it looks like matte on the lips, just full pigment, and the eyeshadows. I'm pleasantly surprised. Now, I wanted to see how their lip glosses wore with their stains, because I did find that it really, like, if I used like a balm or an oil, I feel like it disrupted the stain. But what I couldn't tell was it just removing more of the matte part that I just wasn't able to wipe off, or was it actually disrupting the stain? I couldn't really tell you which one. So I'm wiping off. This was again Born in Flames. Yeah, Born in Flames. Maybe Leaf Water. Leaf Water might look cool. Or Desperate. I think I'm gonna go with Leaf Water. Again, I have to tell you that like that perfume smell is quite strong. Like, I have family members with contact dermatitis that are sensitive. Actually, so I probably couldn't give my sister the spider one, just because she does have contact dermatitis, and I think the strong perfume smell, because it's you know, right underneath your nose, I think it would just bother her. See how the gloss wears, and editing Tally will have to let you know, because I did find that it really did matter, like the gloss, as I was doing long wear tests, and I was trying to figure out like what glosses I could use and what I couldn't. It seemed like any balms, lip oils were a no-go. I think I'd be really tempted to repurchase the lip glosses. The lip stains, there's definitely a few colors that I think I would repurchase, and then there's others that I just wouldn't repurchase, just because there's the likelihood of me wearing like the black one is not, like, I might maybe do, you could probably do like a vampy combo with the black, a black and you know, pick a red one, like Lady in Red, and you could probably get like, you know, a cool black and red vampy lip combo. But I just don't foresee it being something that I would just naturally gravitate towards. But if you're definitely an alt girly, GirlCult, you will love, I think, everything that GirlCult puts out. And the shadows so far seem to be very high quality. That is it, and I hope you guys liked this video, and comment it down below if you're interested in purchasing GirlCult items. And if you are, I definitely would say get them from the Shein app, because they are a little bit more affordable over there than they are on Amazon or even TikTok. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!